What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMGS Gamer here. Today, I'm doing an Assassin's Creed Empire speculation video. It doesn't come out till 2017. We don't even know what really it's going to be. These are my ideas or speculations. Just that's going to happen. Shout out to @LasersHD and _the Creed for people who actually watch my videos. Lasers, I'd really love to be on Kill Connor Club at some point. Yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first point that I have is location. The Nile River. I think that the Nile River would be an excellent location. In or around Cairo, Egypt, would be an awesome, I guess, location. And if you guys remember, William Miles, Desmond's father, was in Cairo, Egypt before he was summoned to help Rebecca and Sean keep Desmond stable before Assassin's Creed 3 and before Revelation. Now, a lot of people believe that this is a screenshot from Assassin's Creed Empire. This is actually, I'm pretty sure, a screenshot from Assassin's Creed Osiris. If you don't know what that is, it was a game that Ubisoft had developed, but they canceled. And my thinking was that Osiris kind of turned into Assassin's Creed Empire, or at least that's the codename we're giving it. And this could potentially be a screenshot for Assassin's Creed Empire. It's interesting because it appears to be an Israeli person. Maybe he was an Israeli slave. That could be my idea or my only thinking on that. It'd be interesting to see an Assassin's Creed game where the pharaohs are forcing the slaves, which would be the Israelites, to build their pyramids and their tombs, and the slaves have enough, and they basically just want to overthrow the government. And again, it's the time period. We're not specific. We have a set time period between what years it's supposed to be. We just know it's supposed to be ancient Egypt. We don't know if there's going to be pharaohs involved. We don't know if it's going to be pyramids or whatnot. It just depends. This is the only character that has been, prominently shown, I guess, through the screenshots of Osiris. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe we'll see a completely different character. Who knows? Character customization is very important to most people. I mean, just look out Fallout 4. But it's very important to some people. Though Assassin's Creed people are more picky about it than others for some reason. I'm the type of person that I would prefer the option to have one uniform, to be able to dye that uniform whatever color you wanted. But if you bought armor or something like that, it would just add on to that character. It wouldn't really, change the look. You'd still have the same armor. As you can still see his robes underneath. They're just, that's the Romulus armor. And the next photo we have here is Altair. Or, that's Altair's armor from Assassin's Creed 2. The idea that I had is, if they pick ancient Egypt and they decide to put pyramids in it, that would be awesome. Think of all the things you could do with the pyramids. My first initial thought was, they could make it into a viewpoint system, but I don't think they're going to put a pyramid everywhere they want a viewpoint. I think more so trees would be interesting as viewpoints, but my thing is with the pyramids is I had an idea of doing, what if they made it into a burial tomb? Because you have the burial tomb, you could do it how you do Assassin's Creed Romulus and Assassin's Creed 2 with the different seals. You could have an area or main area that your character or that the assassin, that's like his hub or his base, and they dug around and they found this door or something with a certain specific armor behind it, and you have to go and you have to find six seals. And it would be interesting to see if they ended up doing that. And it's interesting because I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've kept track of what games they've done that in. and they've done that in just about every game. I think except for 3. I think they did it in 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, not 3, 4, Rogue, Unity, and Syndicate. And Syndicate's wasn't all that bad. I thought 24 music boxes to unlock a thing of armor was kind of, what's the word? Kind of, extreme, I guess. But Unity's fucking thing was fucking terrible, where it's like, oh, you have to find this portrait, or this, what was it, Enigma, or whatever, and then you have to go and find the answer to it, and you had like 60 or something of that. Maybe it was 24, but that was still ridiculous. But anyways, it would be interesting to have a burial type of thing in the tomb, because pyramids were used for tombs of pharaohs. So it'd be interesting to like go down into a tomb, with all sorts of traps that they have and whatnot. Be interesting to go down into a tomb and find the seal, and that's what your reward is for going down the tomb. Is you get a seal and you get to unlock this cool armor. I think that would be pretty cool. Next thing we have is open world. The first Assassin's Creed game that was open world, I'm pretty sure, was Assassin's Creed 3. But we're not going to count Assassin's Creed 3 because that game was terrible. So I'm counting Assassin's Creed 4 as the best open world game currently still. Now, when you think of, open world, you think of The Witcher, or The Witcher 3 to be exact. If you look on the map here, you have different regions. Those regions are huge. This map, or not this map, but The Witcher 3 itself is 3 times bigger than Skyrim. And when you think of open world, in each region, I mean, of course, they could have regions with different elements to it. Like you'd have the north and you'd have cold. And, you could have plains and summer and all that. But it'd be interesting to have one region where, you have different, you have one region that's like specifically for the capital or the city, and then you have another region that's for small towns and shopkeeps, and then you have another region or regions that's just littered with different villages or even just standalone houses. Another big problem that I had with Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Syndicate is that out of nowhere you were just rewarded cash and skill points, and it just didn't make any sense whatsoever. It really didn't when you think about it. I would rather them have some sort of system where you got to learn the better techniques and combat, and you don't really get skill points, but your character learns those skills. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at or a reference at Ezio and his Uncle Mario in Assassin's Creed 2. Uncle Mario to Ezio teaches him how to fight. That is how they should initially have done Unity and Syndicate. No, they just award you points out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense. And again, along with different money, I guess, there should be some sort of character that gives you a quest, and then you have to go back to that character to get the money for doing that quest. It doesn't make any sense in Assassin's Creed Unity when you're immediately done with the mission. It's like, oh, there you go, there's your money. It's like, nobody gave me this money. It feels out of place, and it doesn't. Alright, we made it to the finale. This is the biggest speculation, I guess, that anybody could really pull off. I don't know who all knows this and who doesn't. I made a video on my channel called Desmond Alive ? That video is the video that I have the most views on. It's 300 or 500 something views. It's ridiculous. What I want to talk about is modern day story. If they're going to have an open world with a brand new character, they need to have some sort of modern day story. Now, the thing is, I didn't talk about this. I didn't make a section for it. But what needs to be talked about is the pieces of Eden in this time period. The Shroud and the Ankh are connected. This virtually connects Assassin's Creed Syndicate and the future Egyptian Assassin's Creed game. They are connected. I don't quite remember the story, but one has the ability to take people's, what was it? I think it was their consciousness. I think the Ankh has the ability to take people's consciousness, and you could take the Ankh and you could put it in the Shroud, and the Shroud was able to, what was it? The Shroud was able to heal the person, but the Shroud also had that person's consciousness, if I remember the Assassin's Creed lore correctly. But the Ankh is the piece that would be in Egypt. Currently in modern day, I do remember that I'm pretty sure it was thrown down a well at some point. I think that's where it is to this day. If you guys don't remember William Miles, that's Desmond's father, was in Cairo, Egypt. And I said this earlier in the beginning of the video to reference it back later. And that's why we think he was in Cairo. He was also doing assassin run missions, and whatnot. But my thing is, they need a modern day story. Cairo, Egypt, I'm sure they're going to do what they've done before. My current prediction, and it remains the same, is that they're going to have an Abstergo employee, quote-unquote, or you, quote-unquote, as the gamer, or the person playing the game. They're going to have you sift through Abstergo DNA files to find this piece of Eden, and then just to, quote-unquote, make sure that it's not in the hands of the Templars, that it's lost. And what would piss me off more than anything would be if they did the crap that they pulled in, what was it? I think it was in Unity, when the sage's skull was in like the Tombs of Thousands, and they kind of just didn't care. It would piss me off to no end if they revealed that the piece of Eden was in the well in wherever in Egypt, and they're like, oh, well, I guess it's not going anywhere, end game. That would be the most terrible way that they could end it, and I swear to God, I'm calling it now. If they do, I'm going to be so upset, but it would be just another Assassin's Creed game. Another thing is, I hope we get more First Civilization. I hope we get more First Civilization backstory and more backlore, considering that the time period is closer to when the First Civilization kind of created humanity, I guess. It would make more sense for there to be a more First Civilization, which in turn could create more modern day story. Now, when I talk about modern day story, a lot of people are like, oh, well, what do you mean? Supposedly Desmond and Lucy had a son. I don't see how that could be. If you didn't see in my video, I'm pretty sure I made a video on this, in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Desmond stabs Lucy in the stomach. Doesn't cut her throat, doesn't stab her heart, in the stomach. Why? Because I think that Lucy was pregnant with Desmond's son, and that it was dead. Now, the picture that you see before you, this is Dr. Grammatica on the right. This is, I completely forget her name, she was the one from Assassin's Creed Rogue. But the thing is that this is the Shroud. Now, the question is, my initial thought was that they're going to use the Shroud to revive Desmond's body. But they can't really do anything with his body because his mind is in the Abstergo, Desmond's mind is in the Animus, just like Clay Kasmerick's is, just like Juno's is. So, The question is, where is Lucy's body? What I could think of is they could try to revive Lucy using the shroud so that she could give birth to Desmond's son. They could also use the shroud just to revive Desmond's son. We don't really know. My current prediction is we're going to be playing as William Miles, and he is set to go off with Galena, which was the female assassin we were introduced in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and Rebecca and Sean. There are tons of theories out there. This is one way they could go. This is my opinion. I think they may try to revive Lucy, but even if they do, I don't think she was ready to give birth to a baby yet. And even if they did, that wouldn't be much of a character to play as. It would be interesting because Desmond's son is a sage, I do believe. Unless Desmond has a secret son somewhere else, we don't really know. But thank you guys for watching. That's the end of the video. That's all the speculation I had. If any new news, I guess, comes out, please tweet me or let me know. Thank you again to Lazarus HD and underscore the Creed and Tyler Dynamite. I really wouldn't mind being on Kill Connor Club. I love all y'all's guys' content. And this is really, I guess, the first video I've made in a couple of months. Anything on Assassin's Creed I'm really into. I'm like the huge fanboy. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.